this is by far the best equipped lab I've seen in the country, or one of the best equipped labs I've seen in the country for teaching undergraduates, right? And why do I say this? I mean, just by virtue of the number of instruments that are available to students, and these are research instruments that can actively be used in actual research. Right? They're not, dumbed down versions of the real thing. They are actually the real thing, right? And so this is to give the students a first-hand, experience of how research feels and how it feels to operate an instrument. Pedagogy and curriculum development in the university is guided by the interwoven approach, and these guidelines also serve as a basis for curriculum in the biology department. And so, in alignment with the interwoven approach, the lab is essentially a vital component, standalone component of the curriculum. It is not just an add-on to a course in the legacy format. The importance we place on the lab component is sort of borne out or vindicated by the effects we see on the students at the end of their tenure here at Krea. The importance we give to the laboratory component actually is also demonstrated by the capstone project that students are meant to do in the lab again. Students are given about an year to do their capstone work. They choose their advisors at the end of the third year, and they have an entire year in which to think through their research and do the research. We obviously follow the apprenticeship model, where the student sort of apprentices with a faculty and learns the tools of the trade, right?
When I first joined, what drew me to the discipline was the fact that how biology is not limited to textbooks here, how it's deeply contextual, explorative, and experimental. And I feel this pedagogy prepares you to think like a researcher from day one. This laid a good foundation for me to build my capstone. It narrowed my interests. So my capstone focuses on water pollution and its remediation. We all know how water pollution is a global crisis at the moment, and it is not only affecting ecosystems but also economies and public health. So I worked with edible fungi. I saw them as natural filters that could clean contaminated water. We checked the efficiency of live mushrooms and also the dead ones, the heat-treated ones, and we figured a hybrid microfiltration system which could remove out the pollutants like iron, nitrate, nitrite, harmful bacteria like E. coli.
We also have access to a spectroscopy lab here, where we have UV spectrophotometer, fluorescence spectrophotometer, and other physical instruments meant for physical analysis of these proteins. The laboratory offers instruments not just for molecular biology and biochemical work, but also for purposes of ecology and conservation and observation of nature. Right?
Another thing that I like about Krea is how the lab spaces are collaborative. I have worked with peers from environmental science, computer science, and even math at some points. Because these real-world problems like pollution and sustainability cannot be solved by just one discipline.